welcome to a special bonus mini episode of Confidently Wrong. We wanted to bring you the entire conversation that we had about Savon unknowingly being Beyonce. It just didn't fit in the main show. So you're going to be able to listen to the entire thing starting right now. Anyways, Mike, what are you loving this week?
All right.
While you're scarfing down your banana or whatever.
No, it's actually some kind of, I don't know, scallion cake or something. All right.
Scallion cake. Okay.
Okay. Right.
All right.
One thing I've really been loving lately is on Instagram, there's like they put in a feature called Reels. It's essentially just like attempting to be TikTok, and I am hooked to these damn things. Like, it's so easy to just scroll, like, and I'm too proud to download TikTok. Like, I only have my data be stolen and used by American companies, so I can never actually download TikTok. But people just put their TikToks on Instagram and these Reels. And like one of the trends in these things is like someone will post like a prompt video and then people will like reply to that. So like one of them is like, you know, what's your favorite interview? And then like people will like play that in the beginning of their video and then they'll answer it. One of them was, what is a time when you met a celebrity and didn't know it? And that made me think of literally my favorite story. And I said this before we started. I'm not just throwing in a story here because I want to tell it. I genuinely love this story. And the person it's about, Savon, is actively dying right now. And I haven't even told the story yet.
Oh, God.
So here is the story. This is my version of it. I've told it so many times it might be not actually factual. I'm pretty sure it is, and I'm hitting the core points. So a few years ago, Solange Knowles, Beyonce's, I think, younger sister, lived in New Orleans. And she's an accomplished musician in her own right. She's a really dope person. She would have like a lot of parties at bars and things like that, a lot of kind of events. So one time, Savon went to one of these events. So he's there having a good time. He's got his drink on. He's probably got a bag of hot chips in his pocket. You know, like he's just really living his best life.
Is that in the front pocket or the back?
zaps?
Oh, he
Jacket pocket.
Jacket pocket. And this is another story I'll tell you all another time that I just heard from our dear friend of the show, Tyler.
Sixth listener.
So one time Savon's at one of these Solange parties and all of a sudden, like, security guard guys start coming through, things like I'm saying, like, okay, y'all got to decide if you're staying or leaving. You're not going to be able to leave for a little bit. So Savon's like, I'm having a good time. I got my drink. I got my hot chips. I got my friends. Like, I'm vibing. Like, where else am I going to go? Savon is a jovial dude, you know. Lots of people want to talk to Savon, and Savon wants to talk to a lot of people, especially when he's out and about, you know. He's just kind of out doing his own thing. And he's agreeing, like, for folks that can't see him right now, he's cheesing so hard. Like, he's clearly agreeing with everything I'm saying, and he's trying to not laugh right now. But anyway, so Savon strikes up a conversation with a young woman, and they're just talking, you know, and Savon just, you know, asking a lot of the questions, like, oh, what do you do? She said, oh, well, I'm a musician. And he's like, oh, that's great. Who do you sing for? You know, you'll meet tons of bands in New Orleans. Like, pretty much every other person's in a band. She said Columbia. Which Savon assumed was just
Like the country?
No, just
Like the band.
Oh, you'll find out. So
the label.
Like the band, like
the
Chicago,
mega
Columbia.
Yeah, in your mind, you thought Columbia might just be the band.
Yeah,
name
some
or
band
something.
in New Orleans,
Asia.
probably some like generic soul
the
funk
label.
band. Like, it's got a couple Loyola students in it. You know, it's just kind of doing its thing. Conversation, you know, ran its course. Savon's about to go bounce around, keep mingling. He says, okay, well, good luck with your music. And she said, thank you. Savon walked over to his friends, who are at this point in absolute shock, and are like, he's essentially like, well, what's the deal? And he's like, how are you talking to her? And he was like, what? They were like, that was Beyonce. And Savon's only reaction was, oh, she's shorter than I expected. So that's the story of the time Savon met one of the most iconic just people on the planet and told her good luck with your music.
So did she walk away thinking, damn, that
No,
dude,
I bet I told my Ann of this story, and she was like, so Beyonce definitely still thinks about that. It must have been so refreshing to like have a conversation with someone that doesn't know who you are. And it's just like, and there's no way she doesn't still think about that. So Savon,
and for that person to be under the age of 80.
Okay.
Yeah,
I'll-
like a young
How do you-
hip dude at a bar,
Okay.
at a party for her sister, and Savon just didn't know it was Beyonce.
Did you know that it was Solange's party?
Okay, so this is okay. I'll clarify because the majority of that was more or less correct. Solange had her album release party, and after the main function, we all went to an after party that was at the Hi Ho Lounge on St. Claude, New Orleans. If you're from it, you know exactly what I'm talking about. They always have like parties there and
R.I.P..
events.
R.I.P.
While we were there, they were playing like a bunch of funk and disco because that's my jam. And there was a song, and I didn't recognize the song, but I liked it. And there was a woman who was singing the lyrics, so I just straight up asked, "Hey, excuse me, you know the words to this song?" Because I wanted to like look up the lyrics and download it. And she said, "I know the words, not the name." I said, "Oh, well, that's not helpful. Okay, cool." And she was like, then she mentioned that she sang, and then that part, Columbia, I was like, "Oh, cool." I just thought she was a singer. I was like, good for you. It was a bar.
Because there
There
must
was
be a lot
music.
of those, right?
Yeah, I'm just like, she said, Columbia, all right, she's singing, she makes music. I know people who make
What
music.
was the song? The song wasn't a Beyonce song, right?
No, it was like a funk, like
Because if
disco
you ask
80s
Beyonce
song.
what song is this, not knowing it's Beyonce or a Beyonce song,
No, I'm not that
there
much
would
of
be
a
death
heathen,
threats out on
right? I'm like,
you know
hell
the
on.
lyrics to Single Ladies?
Yeah, you know this? No, but the telling her I didn't know her music, like the good luck with the music part, I absolutely said that. And when we went to the bar, my friend said, "Oh, Beyonce and Jay-Z are here," but like, I didn't really care. I was like, all right, cool. Hope they have a good night. Like, not about to do a backflip, but good for them. But
Can you do backflips?
But the wild part was when they said that was Beyonce. Then I looked over the bar. I was like, "Oh, damn, that what?" But I don't know. I don't just go out
Alright,
expecting to see Beyonce. But cool woman.
A few more follow-up questions here. How many drinks in were you?
I wasn't like wasting anything, dude.
I don't
I
think
was just drinking my beer.
I don't think there's any level of sobriety that Savon would have been like, "Oh my God, you're Beyonce."
Like,
So you were just like chilling.
I distinctly
And-
remember, like, to this day, I remember the conversation. Like, I wasn't just like, "Oh my goodness," I was all over the place. I don't remember talking. Like, I remember just exactly why I approached this woman and asked this question.
And it had
Well,
nothing to do with
wait.
her being a billionaire, like Grammy winner, like movie star. It was just like you could have even Shazammed it too. But
I
you-
didn't have
I know,
Shazam. I
like,
didn't have
was
Shazam
this-
downloaded at the time.
Was this at least motivated by like how incredibly good-looking she is?
It was motivated.
were
and
you
ti-
kicking
Were you
game?
hollering at Beyonce?
I legitimately was not trying. It was motivated by.
You just wanted to know the lyrics.
It was motivated by Mike. I told you about this. That playlist I got, the slow jams list. It's like 45 hours long, and I always add to it. And I heard that song and would say this needs to be on my playlist. And she was singing it. I asked a couple people, "Hey, you know this song?" And then I saw her sing it. I was like, "All right, bet she has to know it, right?"
Wow.
So you turned Beyonce into your personal Shazam.
I
That's
mean,
what happened.
she look, she was singing the song. I was like, maybe she know the song.
Do you
She
know what
didn't.
song it
You
is? What
Shazam.
song
No,
it is?
that's the worst part because she didn't.
You
answer
still
my
don't know what
question.
song it is?
No.
You know, you can just Google like the lyrics and then
Lyrics.
put lyrics.
Do
at
you
the
remember
end
the
and then-
lyrics? Can we just
If you had a
find that
choice
out?
between Google and Beyonce,
Yeah,
That was
you
I mean, that was
chose
for
Beyonce.
I mean, in the moment, it was like I couldn't
You
remember
chose
the
poorly.
lyrics. I just knew that I just liked the song. I didn't know the song. I just
Were
liked.
people not like gawking at her? Like I imagine in a situation like that, everyone's staring at her. Like she's just.
I mean,
in
I
a
thought
tiny,
I think New Orleans tends to be a little bit
like,
more.
a more
People be
low-key.
more. Yeah, people would just be kind of chill. I don't think people would just be getting wild starstruck because don't like Brad Pitt and a bunch of other people be around here, and it's because you kind of just can
chill.
do you.
And John.
Oh
Goodman.
no! At Mardi Gras parades, they
Oh,
go
well,
crazy
yeah, I mean,
Yeah, that's
for,
fine.
like,
That's not
celebrities.
people from New Orleans. To be clear.
Those are people from New Orleans.
But no, I wasn't like obnoxiously like wasted or anything. Definitely had some beers though.
If you knew, all right, two questions, and then we can get out of here because I feel like we could do an entire podcast on this story. Which, like, see, it's a great story. Like, it brings me joy even when I think about
Beyonce
it.
fans don't like it.
Beyonce fans do
They
not
have
like
come
it,
for
which
you.
is really because it's just like the things some people would do to meet Beyonce, and Savon was just like, oh, whatever. Savon went like One Punch Man on it, like, oh, fine. How short is she?
You know what? She's actually. I don't think she's actually short. I think I'm just like tall, dude.
Is she shorter?
Because
So-
somebody looked up her height and said, "Oh, she's 5'9". I'm like, oh well.
what?
No
Are you
way.
8 feet?
Savon is tall AF. So
I'm like,
Mm.
no, I'm like 6'3". I'm normal tall.
that's not. Yeah, fair enough.
It's pretty tall.
All right.
No, she's
and I-
5'7". Okay, then I stand by that. She's
so that's
smaller.
my height. So
Oh.
if if you knew it was Beyonce, would you have asked her still? Do you think you would have
Uh-huh.
asked her still? You don't know.
I don't know. And that it was just like whoever knew that song, I would have asked them. You know.
There's like that balance of like, hey, you don't really want to bother celebrities. They probably want to be off.
That too. I mean, yeah, I'm
Did
also
she
not trying to
was
bother.
she nice? Did she seem bothered? It's just so
No,
many
she
questions.
was.
I'm
Nah, she was just dancing. She was just chilling like everybody else, doing their thing. Not trying to intrude on nobody night, you know.
I mean,
All right,
not-
if it were Jay-Z that
Yeah, would
was
you have
mouthing
asked
lyrics
Jay-Z?
to the song?
Maybe, I don't know. Like, hey, bro, you know the name of this song?
Too bad none of us can do a.
to my slow jams mix.
Can any of us do a Jay-Z impersonation right now?
no, no one on the show is doing a Jay-Z.
Yeah, that's the Beyonce story, though. It was fun
That's pretty
times.
dope. That's pretty dope.
Wow.
Cool lady.
we
I
should
hope
do-
she's telling this on her podcast.
Cool woman, very talented.
I mean, I'm sure your
Bright future.
wishes really
She's done a lot of
clearly
good
had an
she's-
impact there.
She's done a lot of good things in her career. I'm glad to see it.
I hope Columbia makes it.
Right?
Yeah.
Wish her the best of luck.
Well,
Okay.
good thing we're here for Beyonce's support, so she can do well in her career. I will. Should I just skip mine? I feel like we should move on to the rest of the show.